Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020 Career Mode episode number 65. We're at the Grand Prix of Quebec, and for this one, it's using the same course, the Richmond course that we have for the U.S. National Championships often. So it's one I've raced on many times and know how and when to go. Unfortunately, though, I've had a very unlucky and difficult start to this race. We've been good when it came to the race day condition. We have a nice race day condition. There was originally a breakaway group of 9 riders. It was a little too large, and the pack was chasing pretty hard. And then half my team went down in a crash, leaving us well behind the Peloton by the time they got back up and going, especially with the pace that the Peloton was going. So I had 4 riders chasing for about 80 kilometers before they got back into the group. Meanwhile, through the midst of all of that, there was the situation that often comes up in this game of needing water. I was focused on the guys at the back, not the guys that were in the Peloton at the front, and that led to a few situations that were just difficult. We've got some strong riders trying to break out from the pack now. Martin. And here we go again on needing water. It's 65k. I was wanting to wait a little bit, so we only need to get it the once, but this is definitely, I guess, time to go. And this is the longest break we're going to have before we're climbing. Montoglu, by the time he gets it, though, it's... Okay, he's got it. He's on his way back. Hopefully through this flat section, he can get back up pretty quick and at least be close to them by the time we hit the climb. Otherwise, you're going to see splits like that in the field, and he's going to be behind by the time they make contact, and he doesn't have the energy, and he's not trying to get water anymore. So, awesome. Barta. Attempt number 2. Montoglu doesn't have the energy. Now, he's just going to have to sit on and hope. Meaning his day is essentially done. Here comes Barta. Barta's going to go back even further because Montoglu is there. They don't always go back as far when they get behind the whole team. And there he goes, Barta, behind a split, joins the group behind the Peloton in order to get water with them. So now Barta has missed out on a split. Man, oh man, this game. This is all for water. We're losing 2 riders just because of water. Okay, it's back together. Barta's still coming forward with water. Water, come on. Bring us some of that agua. Barta can't make it through the pack. You can see he's getting out of the saddle for like a split second and then like, oh, nope, nowhere to go. I'm not going to go. I'm not coming. The one remnant of the break, single rider, Remco Evenepoel, actually not from the break. That's just him going for the win by himself. 25 seconds this long till the end is probably not going to happen. But this is also with enough laps that it's time to start speeding up. So we don't get caught behind on splits like Montoglu, who is very much behind already. There's just not much happening with him. He's too far back and not enough energy to be much use to us. But the rest of the team, including Barta, can do a little something. 53 now, 48 riders. It's really starting to split off here. 3 times up the climb to the finish. So just 3 laps to go, 32k. This is not yet the time for me to turn it on, but it will be soon. If we are still ahead, if we're still split by the time we get through this lap. We're seeing an attack, 2 riders going clear. 2 UAE riders, Bedial Trentin. Except for that's not 2 UAE riders, is it? Alright, it's nearly time. Barta, we're going to use his gel, set him up for the final, well, not the final run, but the penultimate run. Gap minute 15 to the chase group. It's actually looking unlikely that those guys are going to catch up to us. Alright, Barta's gel has kicked in. That is time to gently make a move, but not make the full move yet. We want to set this up probably for Kevin Vermark. Oh yeah, 79 Hill today. Zeta to lead him out because he's a beast. Maybe not. Rainsford looking really, really good today. Well, it's the stamina resistance that's not quite there. Athil, possibly, or is it going to be Moreno first? Let's go Moreno, and then Athil, and then Barta, and Barta with that gel can get a move on. Come on, Barta. Alright, you already got Athil. What is going on, Barta? You're set to a 97, you're in front of Athil, and then he keeps trying to tuck in behind him, yet Athil is trying to follow you. Alright, we want to keep that gap, but we're not fully attacking yet. This is more about making sure the group behind does not regain contact, and we just split the field in half. That's nice. Let's see if we can actually do that successfully. Barta, he's going to keep his push, and now Athil's going to take over. It's 41 at the moment, but I'd love it if we can get that actually down to 22. Alright, we are seeing a split in the field. 33 now, 23. I'm not sure about those last 11, whether we can keep them away or not, but with just 12k to go, it's 22 riders at the front. We've got one more time up this hill to go. Athil, his gel has kicked in. I'm going to set up Moreno, and we are looking really good here with just 10k to go. Gaps out to 38 seconds. It's slightly growing. We've got that downhill section coming. Athil's pretty good on the downhill. I'm going to have him go 99 through this downhill and use up whatever energy he has got left. And then Moreno's going to take over on the flat. 73 on the flat is pretty good. We can keep it turned on from here. Moreno's gel's already kicked in. Let's go ahead and get Rainsford ready. Under 6k, but it is an uphill finish. There we go. Alright, Athil, red bar done, yellow bar's almost done. On to Moreno. 4 riders in prime position. Can we do something today? 4k to go. Come on, Moreno. Come on, Moreno. Attack over that little uphill swing. See if we can open a gap. Now 18 riders. Okay, we dropped 4 guys. Now 16 riders. 2k to go. Rainsford. Moreno grab to the back just in case. Rainsford coming through. 1k to go. Van Aert already attacking, but he's already physically attacking. So Zeta, can he go? For Mark. Finish it off. Can he go? Van Aert, too fast. For Mark, though, is quick. Can he squeeze into the top 3? It looks like a top 5. Van Aert for the win. He's just too good. Caleb Ewan's too fast. Dylan Toynes is too fast. But Kevin Vermark for 4th place ahead of Yershov and Matteo Trentin and Bernal and Conrad and Bardet and Pogacar. Good result. Zeta takes 11th. Okay. It was good. It was a good result. It wasn't a win. And it wasn't a podium. But considering we're up against those World Tour guys, I'm kind of looking forward to Continental next year. It'll be nice to rack up some wins and have an easy, probably quick season. I'll mostly just be doing sponsor objectives and quick sim our way through. So next season is going to be about who can we find to join the roster. Who can we develop? Kevin Vermark's sticking around, so if he can level up a little bit more, actually we still have a small chance at staying Continental Pro this season, but that's 100% down to Kevin Vermark. If he levels up, if he goes to a 76 from the 75 he's at now, I could see that being enough to get back above the bubble. We get nearly 75,000 for our performance at La Vuelta. Also, Alan Banaszek, who we did not re-sign, one of the last riders left available, signing with Duquesne Quick-Step. Seriously? What are you signing him for? Domestique work, definitely. And we have signed up our last piece of our minor sponsors are group set with SRAM. American Joseph Berry, with an 82 time trial rating, has won the individual time trial at the World Championships and will wear the rainbow bands for next season. Soren Craig Anderson was second. Mernick, Polyakov, Ridington. A lot of new names and faces up there. Evenepoel, the Moulin, Asgreen at the back end of the top 10. If you thought the time trial was an unusual result at the World Championships, the road race is significantly more unusual. Both were quicksimmed. I don't generally partake in them in the career mode as I'm focused on my team, not as worried about my individual riders and how they do. But Janssen, the Boyce, the only ones that maybe not such a big surprise to be up in the top 10. Yershov, excellent puncher with great acceleration. I could see Yershov up there in the top 10, but outside of that, complete unknowns littered across the top 10 for this one. And Theo Daly, a 22-year-old Arkea Samsic sprinter, is going to wear the rainbow bands for next season. Let's hope Arkea was able to hang on to him, as that's going to be a pretty big boost to their profile. We're into October now. Justin Owayan heading on to Arapahoe, and Harrison Athel heading to Rally UHC. And I've had some development within the team in more than one place in ways that count. Umberto Zeta, Tentoni, both on their way out. But Kevin for Mark, now a 76. Hills have hit a 78 for him. His acceleration's really good. Is he still training as a puncher? He is. We maybe need to diversify that a little bit by giving him climbing kind of from here on out, where he could get a little more, another point or two in hills or 3, but start developing that mountain rating. The stamina, the resistance are all good, but he needs to get a little into the 70s to be a little more effective there. Just 22, he's got plenty of time to develop further. But yeah, we're going to change that development pattern now. And then Carlos Rodriguez has gone from a 73 to a 72 as well. He is training in stage racing, and the mountain hill's still not anything good. He's got the time trial. It looks like he picked up another point in time trial and another point in prologue this time. I think he picked up 2 points in downhill. He had a 73 previously. The resistance looks like it's gone up as well, but he did not pick up mountain points this time. He might have picked up 1 in hills. I think he was a 70-71. But he has leveled up despite being out with the broken collarbone, that turn of the month natural increase. I was thinking he might be closer to that 4 in potential, but with that level, maybe it's a 5. It's been a little while since he leveled up. Yeah, only twice this season has he leveled up, and then go back to a lot initially, but last season was definitely less. I mean, that's the course of 2 seasons there. So that's 3 seasons in all since he first came onto the scene as a rider. This will be the end of his 2nd season with us. So that was as a youth rider this first season. And then he's only leveled up. Turn of the year added 1, so 2, and then a 3rd one at the end of the year, plus. Yeah. All right, so Rodriguez levels up and Vermark level up. The both of them, those were the 2 key riders to our squad. So we're going to check 2 things out now and see where we lie. So Jumbo-Visma, Ducanic, Ineos, Bora, and Astana still the top teams. Lotto Soudal, last World Tour spot. Bahrain Cycling Academy still heading up. Movistar rebounding back into the World Tour. And the two teams vacating Circus, Monty Gobert, and myself. But we are back above the bubble for now. So we have moved up from between Minsk and W52 last time we checked this 2 weeks ago. But with those two guys both leveling up and getting a little stronger, we've moved back. We were 41st. We've moved back up to 37th. So my oh my, we might yet be a Continental Pro team next season. But I can't count on anybody else at this point making the jump. So we're going to check two more things. All 5 departures now knowing where they're going. So OI into Arapaho, Eiffel to Rally, Banijek to Ducati Quick-Step. Surprise take there. Tantoni to Bahrain Cycling Academy to be their lead rider. And Umberto Zeta to Sunweb. The riders coming in obviously do not match those that are going out. And so we see that significant drop. Cobble rating, that's no different. We haven't leveled up there. But GC is definitely a little bit better off. This is mostly about Rodriguez because the Hills rating appears to be about the same. We've dropped 1 full star, but we are adding 2 riders. We're going to grow for the future a bit more with the guys we're signing. We're very young. We've got a lot of riders with high potential. So hopefully we can grow into things a bit more. And of course, with the budget we have to work with, we kind of have no choice besides that anyway. But going into the search and updating who is free in 2024, this is it now. A single rider who is a 73 and above, Bogdan Lobacki, or Lobachki, Polish rider, 82 acceleration, but a 72 sprint overall. There already is a scout report him. Corton Ray and Maxim Van Gils, a 23-year-old Parador. Both of those guys, actually. So Lobacki, the only one who might impact things. All right, so we're on to Milano-Torino. End of the season. It's middle of October now. There's not much going anymore. Really unlucky today that the team as a whole has a -11 on race day condition. Now, at this point, I have 0 riders left with fitness peaks because it is the last just over a week of the season. So for that, there's no surprises. But a couple guys with low motivation that were set for 1 days from overloaded schedules, so it was set for -1s today. But the majority of the team was set on 0. And those who were not set to 0, again, it was just a -1. And as a team, to have 0 positive race day conditions, including Tantoni on a -3, when he was one of the ones who was set to a 0, just unlucky, and it really eliminates our chances for the day. You can see how quickly the whole team went backwards on this climb.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking.
And then
significantly increased its speed.
More bad luck. Rainsford and Moreno and 2 other riders caught up in a crash that sent them right out the back with 0 chance of getting back on board. So all of a sudden, here we go. We're out 2 more riders. Set them to auto for Mark, who could handle the climb, but not the pace of the climb is gone. Zeta.
Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front. 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Just lose contact, why don't you? Can we just get back on board, please? And protect, please. So today is a low expectations kind of day, as once again the field splits, even though it was back together and it was a simple downhill. It wasn't that technical. You would think that that wouldn't have done the kind of damage that it did, but Zeta, let's see if he can bridge the gap single-handedly. Meanwhile, Garrison, yeah, he's on his own. Zeta, okay, he gets back into the group. No reason to sprint anymore. Just see if he can get up here and make it a two-man show. Okay, go to protect. Coming right up on the base. He's not going to last long, Zeta. But with that stamina,
we're into the last 5 kilometers.
Resistance, he'll hang on for a little bit. But Tentoni with 5K to go here. Don't expect fireworks today. Okay, there is Zeta. And we're already seeing a couple riders making moves.
The pack is back on level terms with the breakaway group.
Okay, Zeta's going to start fading. Tentoni's going to be on his own here in just a moment. 3.7K. It's a long ways to go that hard. So we're seeing these guys putting in a pretty hard acceleration. Most of them are definitely going to fade. Bardet and Mattaway have pulled away a bit. But I'm still in a good position right now. And I'm going to try to follow Paulus here for a moment. And save some of that energy. It's 2K to go. I don't know why I'm burning through red bar right now when Paulus is just riding. Like, what are you doing, Tentoni? You're just sitting on his wheel. Okay, 1.5K and Tentoni's got nothing left in the tank, so see you later. Enjoy the race.
A solo victory for
Argyle takes the win. Paulus second. Just right on his wheel. I don't know why Tentoni burnt through all of his red bar literally sitting on Paulus's wheel. Paulus wasn't doing anything but riding. Paulus wasn't attacking, but Tentoni was riding as if he was attacking. By the way, takes third. So there's the guys. There's Bardet. There's Hamilton. I was right there with them, but I wasn't riding the way that they were riding, and I don't understand why he was doing that.
Now for the race highlights.
Okay, whatever. You were following him, but where was he going? Nowhere. I don't know why Tentoni was having to ride so hard. Was it because he had a minus 10,000 race day condition? Could be. That was our last ride with Tentoni. It's been nice knowing you, buddy. We're going to miss you. Good luck next season. All right, so we've reached the end of the season. Couple of recap things. Primoz Roglic going from Circus Group Wanty-Gobert to back to Jumbo-Visma. Mathieu van der Poel from Memel to Bora Hansgrohe. Zeta going from us to Sunweb. So he's the third biggest move of the season. Kung from Ineos to Movistar. Simon Yates to Astana. Soler to Memel. Simmons over to CCC. So Circus losing 2 key members. No wonder they've dropped out. And then Stuyven going to Bahrain McLaren. Fenn, who we were looking at, to Carglash. And look at that. Tentoni also making the list. So both of my guys making the list. And he goes to the Bahrain development team. So good for them for getting that good in just 3 seasons that they become among the best riders in the world. And it looks like we've held our position on the bubble at 37th with the closing of the transfer market. So unless things change internally with some of these teams, it appears we have at least made it to Continental Pro only just, which will give us at least a couple World Tour races potentially for next season. And I don't think the expectations should be that hard. We can pull off some results even without Zeta and Tentoni. Vermark 76 now, Rodriguez is 74 now. We'll have a couple guys to work with, but we've got lots and lots of 72s and team-based, right? It's going to be hard to get a lot of direct wins, but it shouldn't be hard to get a lot of top 10s, top 5s. Those will be pretty easy to manage, even without the likes of Tentoni, who we're obviously going to miss greatly with his 81 mountain rating and 80 recovery, his rapid development there. Final standings, 13th in the World Tour rankings with over 5,000 points. Confidence ends up surpassing Movistar there at the end for the Continental rankings. And we remain in the top 10, only just, with just above 5,000 points in the Super Prestige. So pretty solid season as far as things go. Now, for the gaming decathlon part, my path to 10,000, path to 1,000 within this game as 1/10 of that. Like, as far as the Olympic decathlon goes, I use a similar scoring metric. In this game, the way to get there is 10,000 points in Super Prestige. It's just your Super Prestige score as a team divided by 10. So really, really simple way of managing. So no team would have had a perfect season. Jumbo-Visma would have scored 863 points. Ineos 848, on down to where we got at 508 points. So it's a pretty solid score as far as scores go for a team that is still far, far away from being an elite team. I'll take that kind of score. But next season, dropping down a level, it's going to be hard to match that. Now, I think we can outscore the lower World Tour teams, which means actually by the end of the season, we potentially could be, over 4,000. I wouldn't put that past us, but I don't think we'll outscore this season, especially with the 2 riders that I'm losing. That is going to hurt a little bit, and it's going to take some time to grow, develop, and recover from the loss of those 2 riders. That is going to do it for this episode and this season of the game. We continue on now, seemingly, as a Continental Pro team. We'll see here shortly if that is the case. Tune in next time to find out. But for this one, go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.